So this story comes from Georgia, and police officers say you shouldn't judge all police officers based on the actions of a few bad cops. Well, how about I judge you based on the actions of your spokesperson? Because a Dundee police spokesperson and also a former detective has been charged with DUI after a neighborhood crash. So the person who speaks for your department is the one who's drinking that lean and swerving on the road and smashing up property. You know, that should tell you a lot. When the spokesperson is out here drinking and driving, that is a bad sign for police officers. Just call me crazy. And as I said before, Sergeant Robert Parsons works as a public information officer for the Dunwoody Police Department. And on January 25th, just before midnight, he was arrested because he was involved in a single vehicle crash. And when it was discovered that it was Sergeant Parsons, who was involved in the crash, the Georgia State Patrol was called to investigate. And it was found out that Parsons was off duty and driving his personal vehicle. So that tells me that this officer has no integrity. Because the definition of integrity, in my opinion, is doing the right thing even when no one's looking. And sir, you are a person who speaks, who is the voice of a freaking department. And if you can't even speak and say that you have integrity, then how can any of your officers say that? And we find out something that's even more amazing. So back on July 5th, 2018, Parsons was arrested for DUI. And that arrest resulted in a 2-year probation and required an alcohol assessment. So that's interesting. This man was already arrested for DUI before and was allowed to continue to be a police officer. That is unbelievable. Unreal, man. And I want you to hear what his police chief said. So Chief Billy Grogan says, quote, "As law enforcement officers, we are and should be held to the highest standards of conduct, whether on or off duty. We will conduct a thorough investigation of this incident and the actions of our officers," end quote. Wait a minute. How can you be held to the higher standard when you rehired this man and you brought this man back on duty or didn't even fire him for a previous DUI? Sir, you are full of shit. You are capping for real, man. You can ball up that cap, man. Put a ball up to that goddamn cap, all right? Seriously.